the dark is coming. We are all up in our eyes, we are all up in our heart, we are all up in our mind, under the same sky. Not only one in blood and land, not only one on skin's color and language. We have one spirit, we're one in struggle. Let's reach our dream together. Let's reach our dream together.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmine Galvez.
And I'm Marian Manalansan, and we will be your host for today's webinar.
Before we begin, if any of you have questions regarding the discussion, don't hesitate to send them to us by entering it in the comment section of whatever social media platform you're watching this on. And we will be here to relay them to our guest speaker.
Welcome to the live webinar series of ESME PH, an e-learning marketplace for Filipino professionals where one can develop relevant and in-demand skills through masterclasses in different fields of learning. If you want to learn more about us, feel free to visit our page at www.esme.ph. For those who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, feel free to share the link to this stream to people who you think will be interested in today's topic. We are inviting everyone to join us in our live learning series where seasoned experts, such as our speaker today, in various fields from agriculture and business to marketing to futures thinking to relationships to health and fitness and more, help you develop your skills and advance in both in your personal life and in your career. If you're interested in learning more about the live learning series, head on over to our website. Again, it's www.smaph and click on the live learning tab. We hope you can join us.
This webinar is in partnership with the ASEAN Youth Organization, an ASEAN-approved nonprofit organization that spreads awareness of ASEAN to over 200 million young people in Southeast Asia. This webinar is also brought to you by the Rotary Club of Alabang Magical Business Park.
Our topic for today is all about the evolution of academic flexibility. Being in existence since the 18th century, such learning involves challenges, underfunding, practicalities, and mobility. The reality of flexibility is that contemporary higher education students change jobs or transfer to another industry. Its purpose is to provide opportunities and options in controlling their learning modes and interactions. Thus, flexible learning promotes learner centered independence and self directedness. Since the COVID-19 attacked at every individual, household, educational institutions, government departments, and most especially the healthcare industry, distance education engulfed the educational system of the Philippines. Face to face learning and physical campuses suddenly became history. Students of all levels and status needed to depend on technology, gadgets, and Wi-Fi to be able to participate in the new learning and teaching curriculum called online learning, e-learning, blended learning, distributed learning, and disaggregated learning. However, the flexibility level and character of learning and teaching is reliable on the subject matter, level of study, location of students and teachers, and readiness to flexible learning. Therefore, a certain degree of innovation, improvement, and development are needed to be able to fully encompass the new phase of learning.
Our guest specializes in product and business development, strategy and risk assessment management, sales and marketing, events management, and training. He is the country director of the London Institute of Business and Technology. The London Institute of Business and Technology administers corporate training and consulting services to over 80 organizations across 12 countries in Asia and trained over 1,000 corporate executives for the last 2 years. This education is now available in the Philippines. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our guest speaker, Sir John Alianza.
Marian and Jasmine for the introduction. And before I start, I would like to thank you, the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines, to their country director, Justin Ho, also Eleanor Oberio, the head of the Economic Enhancement Department, and Dr. Alexi Reyes, the head of programs and partnership. So thank you for this privilege to talk, and also would like to acknowledge my colleagues in LIBT, our CEO, Mr. Cesare Capilani, our head of admission, Mr. Awar, our country director for LIBT Bhutan, Mr. Kazang. And with me in the backstage right now is our academic consultant for the Philippines, Mr. Ralph Balmaceda. So on behalf of the London Institute of Business and Technology, good afternoon, everyone. It's really a privilege to be here and talk about a topic of relevance in this time of pandemic. The topic, distance learning. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 led to widespread school closure. Most likely, ang ilan sa inyo ay doing their classes online. It really meant that more students have turned to distance learning. But do you know that distance learning is actually a learning innovation of the 18th century? Hindi po siya ngayon lang na age of the internet. It started in the 18th century. So that is why I will be presenting the topic, the evolution of academic flexibility. Now, let me go dun sa aking presentation. And will put myself at the bottom para makikita niyo ako while I'm doing my presentation. Okay. So, as you can see dito sa slide, this is the history of distance learning. Back in 1728, no, Caleb Phillips was advertising his teachings on a new method of shorthand. Mas likely, ang ilan dito ay hindi nyo na naranasan yung shorthand, yung mabilis mo sulat. But in the law courses, mga secretary, they still learn this, yung shorthand. So Caleb Phillips was advertising his teachings on a new method of shorthand in Boston Gazette with the lessons to be delivered via mail on a weekly basis. So what Caleb Phillips did is of greatest merit because he dared to have his lesson sent out to people via courier. Now, in the 1840s, si Sir Isaac Pitman took the idea one step further. In England, in 1840s, ito kita nyo, Pitman shorthand. He was also teaching shorthand via mail. But his students, ito yung difference, innovation niya, would send him a postcard containing their own efforts, which he would correct and send back to them. The Pitman course swelled in popularity, and within few years, the Phonographic Correspondence Society was established to formalize the course on offer. So they're sending the course on phonograph. This society led to colleges, and by 1873, the first correspondence school to operate in the U.S. was found. Now, in 1858, universities began offering distance learning option. In fact, the University of London became the birthplace of long-distance learning, allowing students to study 4 degrees outside of London, spreading higher education, spreading academic teaching across the globe. In 1892, the distance education, yung term na distance education was coined by the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Then by 1969, more universities began offering distance learning options, and the idea was driven forward by Open University. They offered respectable alternative learnings to traditional method and have been at the forefront of developing new technologies and learning method since their inception. Now, in 1970, the Open University in Canada was formed. So this is also a distance learning university. By 1974, the Open University in Germany, the Germany's Open University was founded. And 1999, ito na. This is it. Ito na yung atin. The World Wide Web. Tim Berners-Lee proposed the development of online document sharing system, which he described as web of note with links, that became known to be the World Wide Web. So in 1999, the Internet revolution is starting. The Internet revolution revolutionized then distance learning, making it easier, faster, and cheaper for students to learn. And in 1995, the first course that is offered via web was made by the Penn State University in the US, headed by Gerald Maddox. He teaches the first course delivered over distance learning of via the web. And noong 1999, na-coin ang word na e-learning. In 2012, 400 students study in the UK via distance learning. And by 2013, the UK government supported this distance learning initiative of their universities by offering student loans to students abroad studying in UK universities. Now, as we can see, the UK universities has been, for the most part a forerunner of distance education and e-learning. So, which is why the distance learning in the 21st century is as conceptualized by our CEO, Mr. Cesare Fataliani, the founder of and CEO of LIBT. He said that his vision is to universalize knowledge transcending socio-economic, geographic, and other limitations. So, which is why on January 15, 2020, the London Institute of Business and Technology launched and coined the world's first college as a service platform, giving and sustaining the academic flexibility of students worldwide. So this London Institute introduces the first ever college as a service platform. Ano ba itong college as a service platform? Probably narinig nyo na ang software as a service. No? Software as a service platform. Ano ba yung mga software as a service na alam ninyo? No? Back office, yung mga accounting, inventory, human resource, ina-outsource na ito. No? Instead of buying their own software, they just subscribe to a accounting or inventory and human resource and having a third party na who are expert in this field manage it for them. Sa transportation, nabang as a service din sa transportation, we have Uber, no? We have Grab. Sa delivery and courier, we have what? Also Grab delivery or Transportify. Food, dito ulit sa Pilipinas, Grab Food. And now, the London Institute is adapting the principles of software as a service into higher education, into the academic. How does London Institute adapts that? So yun ang ating pag-usapan. First, as we know, education is very expensive, and the college tuition sometimes is intimidating. But our CEO, Mr. Patirani, thought that college tuition should not be intimidating. You should be able to start your college experience free of charge, no down payment. Sa ngayon, di ba, before you start a class, you have to pay a down payment. Otherwise, hindi ka makakapag-start. But with London Institute, you can start your college experience free of charge. Now, what is college as a service? College as a service, let student enroll, and for a certain period, a trial period of 30 days, no, they are enrolled, they are joining classes, they are joining yung lectures, they are given assignment. Then after the trial period lapse, they will sign up. No, they will now decide to make a long-term commitment for a specific course of one's choosing. No. Ano ba yung mga courses ng London Institute sa college as a service courses? First, the courses offered by London Institute are APHE certified, no? Short for Awards for Training and Higher Education. Ano ba ito? APHE offers a wide portfolio of vocationally oriented and international recognized qualification. No? Yung term vocationally oriented. Now, para maka-adapt tayo, maintindihan natin ito in the Philippines, sino ba yung vocationally oriented institution dito? It's the TESDA. No? Yung TESDA natin. dito sa nagbibigay ng certification sa gumraduate ng TESDA. So ATHE in the UK. Next, yung Qualify. Qualify is another UK-based awarding organization. No? Narinig, nakita niyo siguro dyan yung term na OFQUAL. OFQUAL means is Office of Qualification and Examination Regulation. Ano ba ito? Para maintindihan natin ang OFQUAL, sa Pilipinas, this is our CHED, our Commission of Higher Education. Sa England, it's the Office of Qualification and Examinations Regulation. No, so this is the awarding body, and Qualify is among those issuing a certificate for mga honors degree and postgraduate master's degree. Na sa atin, ma-relate natin sa similarly parang giving you a professional regulations commission, no, PRC, no, sa Philippines. Now, London Institute of Business and Technology, being duly recognized by both the ATHE and Qualify, now provide training in UK higher education opportunities and vocational opportunities for students in the Asia Pacific region. Now, ano ba ito? What is the ATHE Qualify? We are sa UK kasi instead of grade or first year, second year, it's leveling. No. London Institute offers level 4 and 5. What is level 4 and 5? As you can see dito, level 4 is equivalent to first year of a university degree. Level 5 is equivalent to second year of a university degree. So, ang level 4 and 5 is equivalent to first year and second year na sa atin. However, ang difference, ang first year and second year sa atin is talagang first year buong taon and second year 2 years. With London Institute, you can fast track your studies because level 4 and 5 can be completed 8 to 12 months tops. Depending on the course, but the maximum is 12 months. So in 12 months time, tapos mo na ang iyong second year college degree. Now, we also have yung level 7. What is level 7? This is a postgraduate course designed to fast-track professionals with 120 unit credits, no, in taking master's degree. Normally, a master's degree, nakukuha siya in 2 years, no, in 2 years' time. But with London Institute, master's degree is 8 months lang yun. The remaining 4 months is the thesis. So, in a span of 12 months, tapos na itang isa ang kanyang master's degree. Level 7 lang, he also already have 120 credits of the 180 credits required to achieve a complete master's degree. Because in the remaining 60, yun na yung sa thesis. Okay, so what happens after you completed level 4 and 5? So after you completed level of 4 and 5, second year ka na, you have the option, you can decide whether you want to continue getting a bachelor's degree. So it's a personal decision because education is a investment. So since it is a knowledge investment, it is a personal decision. No? Sa iba, pwede nang after finishing level 4 and 5, they get the UK diploma and they are now globally competitive because they have a global skill base. Pwede na sila mag-work agad. But of course, if yung dependent, the decision is different sa bawat individual and bawat family. If he decide or she decides to continue getting a bachelor's degree, the remaining 6 months, 6 to 8 months, will be under a LIBT UK university partner of their choosing. Now, similarly with level 7. So level 7 is a postgraduate diploma. So after ma-finish ang postgraduate diploma, he may postgraduate studies. Again, it's a personal decision whether he wanted to finish a master's degree, the remaining 4 months, with one of the partner university ng LIBT. So that's level 4, 5, and 7. And that is yun ang tinatawag namin dyan ay university progression level. What are the courses that is being offered by LIBT for level 4 and 5 course? There is travel and tourism management, may business management, computer science and IT, education and training, accounting and finance, and international business law. So those are the courses available being offered right now by LIBT. And since it is a trial, you can register for trial for 30 days. You are enrolled, at least you have the feel, you know how the teaching methodology of LIBT. And online ito, online, interactive. There is a live professor doing the class. Andiyan din yung mga kaklase mo, international students. And this is done only once a week. No, every Saturday. Normally, ang level 4 ay Saturday. Level 4 and 5, Saturday. Level 7 ay Sunday. But of course, it depends on the professor. So level 4 and 5, once a week. And one subject a month. One assignment a month ang kailangan mo lang isubmit. So yung first 2 weeks mo is your subject. Ang 3rd to 4th week mo is assignment completion. So kung titingnan nyo, is very easy, hindi siya mabigat. Even if you have work, hindi mo kailangan iwanan ng work mo. Because it's the class is done every weekend. So yung Monday to, and that is in the afternoon. Our time, Manila, kasi normally, Manila time, the class starts at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Hanggang 7 p.m. na yan, kasi that is 2 subjects. Every week, for level 4, 5, and level 7. No? So as you can see here, merong monthly academic pathway of 220 pounds. No? Sa Philippine peso, that is equivalent to mga 15,000 plus a month for 8 months. Pero may good news ako dito sa inyo mamaya for ASEAN youth members ng Philippines. Okay. Now, after you graduate from LIBT, LIBT will now issue you a certificate. No? But this certificate is kakaiba, no? Another innovation introduced by LIBT, no? Sa distance learning, innovation introduced by LIBT sa academic industry. You will be issued hindi lang basta printed certificate o kaya electronic certificate. Ang i-issue sa iyo is a blockchain-based verifiable certificate or diploma. Most likely naririnig niyo ang blockchain sa mga Bitcoin, no? Pero blockchain is just a special database na very secure. Now, if you were issued a conventional diploma, printed diploma or digital certificate, kung graduate ka ng isang online course, no? At pagkatapos ay you apply for a job or you apply for in another university for a top course mo, kailangan mo ngayon mag-request ng request sila ng transcript of record, magre-request sila ng diploma. So normally in a typical printed certificate, you must pay money each time you request your official record to have them shared with others. And typically there is high possibility of misplacing it also. For example, sa mga matagal na mga nakagraduate like me, Professor Ralph, yung iba pang mga viewers natin right now, if I ask you o hingin ko sa inyo ang transcript of record nyo right now, in your diploma, may lalabas nyo ba kaagad? Baka nga hindi nyo na mahanap, no, yung inyong diploma. And also, ang limitation ng printed certificate is after graduation, normally you attend certificate courses. You get another skills. There is no way na yung diploma mo, dugtong mo doon yung certificate. Malabo yon, no? Sa iyong certificate. There is no way for that to insert yung wide array of experiences mo. And also, since printed, oh, nako, since we are in the high-tech world, digital forgery is number one problem. No. Yung pangalan na summa cum laude, pwedeng issued to another, no? Then magiging issued to me. No? So high exposure to digital forgery, yung printed certificate. Now also, limited exposure. Why limited exposure? Kasi normally, once nakakuha ka ng diploma, ano ba ginagawa ng iba? Pine-frame, sasabit sa wall ng iyong bahay o kaya sa wall ng opisina mo. Pero sa totoo lang, ilan ba ang tumitingin dyan? No? How many are looking in the wall yung sa certificate mo at pag nakita yung skill-based mo, sasabi, you are hired. No. So those are the limitations. But with blockchain, what is a blockchain certification? A blockchain certification are digital records registered on a blockchain, cryptographically signed, tamper-proof, and best of all, shareable. These certificates are completely free from theft and forgery kasi nga getting the security of the blockchain network and gives the individual the capacity to possess, display, and share their certificate on a digital wall of professional social network like LinkedIn. Madali rin ang KYC o know your customer or know your client. Because if you're applying for a job, no, or a company apply for, hinihingi ang academic records mo, padala mo yung blockchain certificate mo, they can verify the blockchain. No need for them to call a reference. No, reference person or reference company to verify yung authenticity ng iyong diploma or ng certificate. Since it is in blockchain, LIBT is the one certifying that you are a graduate of London Institute of Business and Technology, you are authentic holder of that diploma or certificate. Kaya, ano ang benefit niyan? Why the need to have your certificate blockchain verifiable? Key takeaway, number one, you are the custodian of your official record. No, hindi mo siya kailangan i-request, hawak mo siya. You are the custodian. You can easily share those records with others. They are secure and prevent certification fraud. They are verifiable on a blockchain network. You can share it on LinkedIn. You can share it with companies, universities, and even government agencies. There are already companies requiring blockchain diploma or blockchain credentials from those applying to them. Your credentials are transparent, and once na na-issue na ng LIBT to sa'yo, there is no additional cost kung ilang beses mo siya i-share or gamitin. And also, if you have another skill set, you can add those skill set in your academic credential. Kaya with LIBT, you are a blockchain verifiable professional. No, yun yung innovation that the LIBT is again introducing in the academic industry. The college as a service platform and the blockchain verifiable diploma. So start your trial now, your free trial. Accelerate your career. Don't consider, no, isipin nyo mabuti, do I really want to spend more time sa conventional study? If there is an opportunity for me to fast track my career, in 1 year's time, pwede na ako magkatrabaho. Why not? No? Why not? So this is a opportunity. Now, so accelerate your education wherever you are because London Institute of Business Technology is opening the doors for Filipino students for a UK education, UK credentials. No? At ito may magandang announcement ng London Institute Business and Technology Academic Board. LIBT Academic Board is granting pre-approved 50% scholarship grants to all ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines and ASEAN Youth Organization members. No. So ano lang kailangan ninyo? No. Uh, you're just inform your ASEAN Youth Office and they will submit yung iyong pre-approved scholarship application. No. Ngayon, ano bang ibig sabihin niyan? Kanina nakita ninyo yung yung tuition fee. So, ano ba yung value ng 50%? Ito po, computation. Ang normal tuition fee sa London Institute before the pandemic is 2,360 pounds. Ang rate dito ay 1 pound is equals to 66 pesos. So you do the math. Pandemic rate, when the pandemic started, the academic board decided to lower it to 1,600 pounds. So that is equivalent to 105,600 for level 4, 5 hanggang 7. Now, with your scholarship, approved scholarship, now it becomes 800 pounds. 52,800 for level 4 and 5, tapos mo na hanggang second year college, 800 pounds or 52,000 pesos plus for level 7, 8 months or 4 to 8 months na postgraduate studies. At ito pa maganda, pwede mo siyang hindi bayaran ng one time. You can actually do the monthly academic pathway, which is 8 months easy installment of 110 pounds per month. So that is equivalent only to 7,260 months of your academic investment. So ang laking opportunity ito for the Filipino student, especially for the IO members, right now that the academic board has offered a pre-approval of your scholarship. So that's it. That ends my presentation. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time. So let's go back to our host. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful presentation, and thank you for enlightening us about the evolution of academic flexibility to distance learning. Surely our viewers learned how academic institutions introduced academic innovation to make college education more widely available.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. It was very informative po. And nakakabilib kasi yung duration of year is mapapadali lang talaga sa LIBT. And meron din siyang free trial to commit and may installments pa. So, sulit talaga yun, sir. Parang gusto ko ulit mag-aral after ko mag-graduate.
Yes.
Sabi ko, Jasmine and Marian at the backstage.
Available na rin po to sa Philippines, right?
Of course, yes, available in the Philippines. And ito ang antayin ninyo, LIBT has recently launched yung school, on-campus school ito in Bhutan. We also have LIBT in Sri Lanka, Singapore, Bangkok, ang main office namin in Asia. We have LIBT in UK, So, antayin nyo lang because LIBT Philippines will soon open here, no, to really usher yung mga Filipino students natin.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We will now be having our question and answer portion po.
So, to our viewers po, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment it on the comment section, and we will relay it to Sir John.
Sir, for the first question, how flexible learning is flexible in the Philippine educational system?
Flexible learning is flexible in the Philippine educational system ba? Ang ganda ng sagot. Well, uh, uh, it depends because on how you define flexibility. Because for me, flexibility, I should define it as while you're learning, while you're studying, you can do other things, other more important things. With LIBT kasi is since fast track, short period of time, once a week class, you have other times or you are flexible to do other things, no, uh, that interest you or job or job, no, to support your education. Dito sa atin, well, yes, we also have certain level of flexibility right now, especially na nasa bahay lang. Online class ba kayo right now? So,
Yes.
Yes
kumusta
po.
ang online class ninyo? So, medyo may flexibility ngayon na magkape-kape, di ba? But
Yes
with
po.
LIBT, with LIBT, we really are saying that it really offers yung flexibility in terms of you can do other more important things other than studying. At the same time, finishing your studies.
Okay, thank you, sir. The next question is, what do you think is the best move for the Department of Education to improve online classes in the country?
Best move. Well, they're doing ano, no, as yung Department of Education is doing well in quickly adapting in the online classes. In fact, it's not their method that is the problem. Actually, it's the adoption to the new method of learning. Kasi before we are used to sit in the class, listen to the teacher, and do quizzes. So when the pandemic started, no, so the parents are shocked, the students are shocked. No, it is not the DepEd problem because they provided the avenue or the platform for learning. It's just a matter of adoption to the new way of teaching. No, so in terms of the DepEd, they will continue to our DepEd. They will continue to innovate. In fact, they've done great for the Filipinos to adapt to immediately. Hindi ito kasi ano, unlike the London Institute, we are doing online learning way back, even before the pandemic. No. But here dito sa Philippines, we are used to the conventional class that we go to the school. Then during the pandemic, we have to students have to adapt. No. And DepEd already has the platform to do it. Oh. So kung nahihirapan ang student with parent, it's not the DepEd problem. It's a adoption problem. No? No, it's the problem of us adapting to the new method. But of course, makaka-adapt din tayo. No? Most likely, ang ilan sa inyo nakaka-adapt na. So in terms of adapting to DepEd's method in adapting to what is yung situation natin right now, no, it's great. No? Immediately, they have this solution. It's just that kailangan lang natin antayin. Kailangan lang natin magantay sa sa adoption period ng mga Filipinos in this new kind of learning. And of course, marami pa mga issues, mga social issues which hindi na natin kaya yung maisip. Let the government or DepEd do their jobs.
Yes, I think naman po is yung DepEd is ginagawa naman po talaga nila yung or nag-iisip po sila ng different strategies kasi ngayon po mahirap eh. Mahirap po talaga for us students na mag-adapt po sa
Yes po.
distance learning. So
So
yun nga po, tama po kayo,
adaptation is
nasa
really the
adoption po.
problem, not the
Yes po.
method or the platform that DepEd is introducing sa atin.
Thank
Yes
you,
po.
sir.
Thank you, sir. For the next question po, do you think Filipino teachers and professors are well equipped in the emerging e-learning system in the country?
Well, I think Filipinos, magagaling ang Filipinos, Marian and Jasmine, and we easily adapt. No, especially right now, nung we are in the pandemic, a lot of professors are now, I believe even your professors are doing online learning. No. So
Yes.
as we go with this process of new method, no, nagiging skillful din yung ating mga professors. So Filipino teachers, Filipino educators are very, magagaling ang ating mga educators in the Philippines, and they also easily adapt. Of course, again, adaption to the new method of teaching. So once they were able to adapt, makikita mo yung galing ng ating mga teachers, no, sa doing online education.
Yes po.
Yes po. So, how will preschool, elementary, higher, and tertiary education benefit from flexible learning as a whole?
Well, as a whole, flexible learning, um, mga institution natin, if they have their flexible learning right now, they will benefit in terms of, right now, ano ba ang investment ng school in terms of operation? They have a building to maintain. Ngayon, walang tao ang mga building, and yet it is still being maintained. No? You pay the electricity, hindi naman pwedeng hindi mo nilinisan yan. No? But with adoption of the flexible learning, no, is may minimize ang cost. Imagine you are extending the classroom to the houses. Before ang classroom, you have to go to the school to sit on a classroom. But with right now, with the pandemic, it pushes everyone to extend yung mga klase hindi sa physical building, but to sa mga bahay, become an extension of their classroom. So in terms of operational cost, yung mga academic institutions right now is there will be a savings. Walang gumagamit ng kuryente ng school. Right? So,
Yes.
yet education is still continuing. Education is still continuing. Magkano ang gastos? Before, if you go to school, from morning until evening, the lights are on.
Yes po.
Yes
Pati
po.
aircon.
Those lights are on until the evening. It is our
Yes.
lights that are on. So in terms of the general benefit for the education, mga institution, may benefit in terms of operational. Second benefit is they are able to push the innovation sa mga teachers. No? UK, matagal na ang UK since the 18th or 19th century, the UK education has been advocating the distance learning, no? Distance education. Tayo, we are pushed to immediately adapt. No? So aside from the benefit by the school operationally, they also benefit because their teachers nag-level up sa new style of teaching. Mga students din, nag-level up. Kasi ngayon, talagang you are now, mabuti kayo ngayon na may internet na because during our time, library lang kami.
Yes
No?
po.
Imagine mo
Kahit
kung
po nasa bahay, kami, nandito na lang, iso-search na lang po namin sa Google yung kailangan namin.
Yes po.
So right now, the adoption sa flexibility ng mga school in terms of distance learning, I believe they already seeing the benefit, and most likely once na natapos itong pandemic and everybody goes sa kanilang mga school physically, there are those who may opt to study or stay at home to study. At least there is already the facility na magagamit.
Yes po, thank you, sir. For the next question, how do you think will the student-parent-teacher relationship evolve with the evolution of academic flexibility?
Well, sa simula, naririnig ko sa news, maganda yung evolution ng parent-teacher. Kung minsan nag-aaway,
Opo.
Because na-shock eh. We are all shocked. As a parent, we are all shocked to the new system. Pero it will evolve well, it will reach a certain level of acceptance. Kasi change, there is always a opposition to change. No? Pagka nakasanayan mo na ang isang bagay, then babaguhin mo yung process, mahirap mag-adapt sa change. So right now, understandably, parents right now are adapting to change. Kasi before, pagka tayo nasa school, pag kayo naka-school na sa school, lalo na yung mga elementary students natin, o mga kindergarten students natin, pagka sila na school, sa bahay tahimik. Right now, since the students are in the house, ang daming tanong. Walang teacher eh. No. yung parents are pushed to learn. Yeah, they are pushed to learn. No. Right now. No. But once they adapted to that new method of teaching, magle-level din yung relationship. But right now, our parents are very cooperative sa mga teachers in terms
Tsaka mas
of...
for me po parang mas natututukan din ng parent yung pag flexible learning kasi nakikita po nila yung ginagawa, namo-monitor po nila yun. Kasi
Correct.
po yung iba po hindi po nila unlike yung face to face kasi po hindi nyo naman po nakikita yung activities na ginagawa ng anak nila sa school. So wala po silang idea sa lahat ng ginagawa nila. So malaki po talaga yung ng flexible
Correct.
learning today.
Parang lahat tayo ngayon naka-homeschool. Right?
Yes po.
Lahat tayo.
Yes po.
Everybody is studying at home. Homeschooled. Lahat. But did you know na yung homeschooling ay since the biblical times pa? See, during the time pa nila Abraham, nila Moses, and the Israelites are studying at home.
Yes po. Yes.
Walang university. No, it's only the Greeks and the Romans introduced universities. So ngayon, mas natututukan ng mga parents yung kanilang mga anak. Ibang topic yun, homeschool.
Yes.
Okay.
So, how can schools, colleges, and universities help students with disabilities to cope with e-learning?
With disabilities, well, it helps a lot. Kasi pagka yung isang bata may disability, it's more so that the parents are just near each time pagka nag-aaral sila. So with flexible learning, sometimes may mga kaklase tayo na medyo may disability. Papasok pa na school, sasakay ng jeep, or maglalakad, or magko-commute. No? Ang iba naglalakad, tatawid ng river. But with the flexible learning, yung may disability now have the option not to go to school because of yung disability niya. Now have the opportunity to learn even nasa bahay.
So parang ang laking advantage po.
Yeah.
Ay, sorry.
Tama. Yes, Jasmine. Malaki advantage.
Sir, I have a personal question po. Paano po curious lang po kasi ako, paano po kayo nag-iisip ng different strategies to improve flexible learning, or what are the key factors po making the course effective? Lalo na po kasi ngayong pandemic, parang parang sa tingin ko lang po parang hirap mag-isip ng bagong strategies kasi mas nasanay po kasi kami sa face-to-face.
Yes, oo. Well, yun nga. Again, it's on yung normal yung yung nakagawian mo na, no? Since na it's a routine that you are studying and used to study face to face, nalilimit ngayon yung iyong thinking on other new alternative way of study. Yung alternative method of studying, matagal na ito. Homeschool, distance learning, matagal na. But it's on the matter of the perspective or viewpoint or choice ng parent or student kung ano ang gusto niya. So, siyempre, right now, kung ang kinagawian mo is face-to-face, you will make strategies based on that method. And since London Institute has been advocating flexibility, London Institute of Business and Technology has been advocating online distance learning. Strategies na binubuo, no, formed by London Institute, especially by our CEO, Cesare Patel, Mr. Cesare, is geared towards what is yung advocacy. So it's the advocacy. London Institute is advocating distance learning. London Institute is advocating flexibility in your studies. We are advocating fast-paced study in a short period of time. No. So that is our advocacy. So it's a matter of changing your perspective. It's a matter of changing your advocacy. No, for you to be able to create strategy, no, that is related to distance learning. Pag hindi mo binago yung isip mo, mahirapan ka talaga gumawa ng strategy.
Yes po. So parang yun nga po, kung ginagawa niyo yung part niyo as mag-isip ng bagong strategies, as kami, mag-a-adapt naman po kami. So that's the relationship po talaga between
Correct.
students po tsaka sa Department of Education po. And we
Yeah.
appreciate naman po everything you do po for us students po.
Mm-hmm. Correct. No?
So I guess we don't have any questions na po. Thank you so much, Sir John Alianza, for a nurturing and eye-opening discussion of one of the privileges and rights of every individual education. Sir, do you want to promote any further endeavor, or where and how can we get in touch with you for a further learning experience po?
I have my email. Tingnan ko nga kung na-post ko yung aking email. There, no? So, for IOM PH members, since LIBT is granting a pre-approved scholarship grant, so get in touch with your officers as a youth organization, or you can email me directly sa jalianza at libt.co.uk, no, for mga inquiries. So, that's it.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir. For everyone who attended this webinar, all of you can get a digital certificate of your attendance. For sure you want to get yours. If so, just head on to our website at www.esme.ph or click on the link that we posted in the comment section below. Make your account and navigate to the title of the webinar that you joined in tonight.
So before this webinar comes to a close, I would like to invite everyone who wants to learn more and increase their knowledge and skills to visit our website at www.esme.ph. We offer a wide range of masterclass courses, including our live learning series, those of which you roll in based on whatever is relevant to your passion, career, and interests. We hope to see you in our live learning series.
Thank you once again, Sir John Alianza, for being one of our mentors in this new normal where education became more than a right but a privilege. Like what you said in your financial education philosophy, rather than teach students that he or she is entitled to free fish for life or work for fish, I believe it is smarter to teach students to be a provider of fish. Thank you everyone for learning with us tonight and have a good evening.